Kia ora and welcome to our daily balance practice. We're going to do 4 standing positions today, and we're also going to do 3 moving balance practices too. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into our stances. The first stance that we're going to do is our feet pretty much together. It's just standing one foot next to the other. And we're going to practice standing up nice and straight, pushing our shoulders back. And we also want to bring our eyes up as well. It's a lot easier to balance when we're looking down at our feet. So if you need to, that's important. You can look down, but try and do this practice looking forward, or looking off into the distance. We want to feel the movement rather than checking with our eyes all the time. So this is our first stance. Now I'm also going to do a bit of a safety while I'm talking, so you should be standing in this position right now. Do this next to a kitchen bench. You can grab a chair as well. Make sure that it's a good chair. Okay, and you can do this practice either with a chair at the side or have that in front too, so you can hang on and make sure that you're safe throughout the practice. So we're going to hold this a little bit longer now. Focus again on having the shoulders back, your chin up, and just freestanding here with our feet in a good position, inside shoulder width, but just apart a little bit. Okay, second move, here we go. Second move that we're going to do now is not quite one foot in front of the other, but it's halfway in between. So we want to kind of jam those feet in so that the heel of the front foot is right on the inside step, on the instep of that back foot there. Same thing again with my posture. I want to stand up nice and straight, and I want to be directing my eyes out in front of me, not looking down and watching. Same thing, use a chair for support, maybe the kitchen bench at home, but make sure that you're secure because you might get a little bit of a wobble on during this exercise as well. We want to hold these positions for about a minute if we can, and just hang out there, focus on your breathing, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, next exercise. So we're just going to expand that step now so that I'm in that heel-toe position. One foot in front of the other, so it's kind of our tightrope walking position. What I want to do for this too is shift my weight from that back leg so that I'm evenly standing on both feet, 50% of my weight through each foot. And I need to soften my knees a little bit to do that. I don't want to have stiff legs, soften the knees a little bit. Again, posture check, bring your shoulders back, bring the eyes up as well. You shouldn't be looking down at the floor unless you absolutely have to stop you from teetering over. And again, use a chair if you need to. That's important. Maybe the kitchen bench. And if you are hanging onto that chair for support, see if you can reduce how much support that you're taking through the hands each time. It may be to start with that I'm hanging on, but over time I can reduce how much my hands are supporting the balance movement. I really want to direct all this into my legs, into my feet, my ankles and my hips, and also my core having to stabilize as well. So you should have been doing one side for a little bit during all that talking. We need to swap sides now, so the other foot goes out to the front. Same thing again, the weight needs to shift from that back foot evenly between both feet. So I just shift forward slightly, my knees are soft, so it means I've got a little bit of a bend in there, shoulders come back, and I make sure that my eyes are up as well. Not watching my feet, but trying to feel the movement too. Again, I have support here. I can just take a little bit of that balance through the hands if I need to. But over time, I need to be reducing how much I'm hanging out and hanging on to things so that my legs and my body learn to do a lot more with that balance by feeling out the movement. Okay, so the last standing stance that we're going to do for balance is a single leg stand. So that's standing on one foot at a time. And to do that, I need to bring my foot just slightly off the ground. So I'm going to grab the chair for balance so that I make sure that I'm safe as can be when doing these sorts of exercises. I've got the chair there that I can hold on to. And I'm just going to bring that foot up off the ground. I'm maintaining my balance with my hands at the moment. So I'm going to see if I can reduce that a little bit by maybe going just a couple of fingers or one hand, and over time taking those hands away if I can. Again, the eyes need to come up, I'm not watching my feet, and that my posture is good too. Now a good amount of time on one leg if we can, but you change legs as you need to. If they start to get a bit of pain through here, and that you're hanging out here too long on one leg, go ahead and change sides again, okay? You'll find sometimes that one leg is better than the other. And for me, my right leg's better than my left. The left I feel a little bit of a wobble on. And you should feel the body wobbling away a little bit too if you're doing it right. Okay, we've now made it to our moving balance practices, having done our 4 standing balance practices. So the first one we're going to do is a heel-toe walk. Now I don't have a kitchen bench here, but I would recommend that you use something like a kitchen bench, something that's got the length that you can run your hand along the whole time that you're doing it. And what we're doing is basically one foot in front of the other, and then we've got the bench here for support, just using your imagination in this video obviously. And all I'm doing is simply walking forward and back and keeping my eyes up the whole time, looking to maintain my stability and my balance in my core. And I'm going to walk backwards as well, which is even harder. And again, I want to keep my eyes up. Keep your eyes up during these practices if you can. Use the bench for support if you need to. But as soon as you start looking down, you lose that whole connection with the body and what's happening, and the eyes just start to take over. So the next balance movement that we're going to do is a bit of a funny one. It looks a little bit strange. It's just a really slow forward and back step. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to resist all the loss of lateral movement or lateral balance as I step through. So what that looks like, again, softening the knees. So much about this stuff is not tensing the legs up, but softening the knees, bringing those quad muscles in. And with this one, I'm going to bring my eyes up, good posture, and I'm just taking a nice slow step forward. Now I'm not going to drop into that foot, I'm going to keep control the whole way through that step. Again, can I keep my eyes up? And I'm going to slowly transition from my back step onto my forward step here. All the way up. And then under control, bring that step back again. If you need to drop your eyes, do, but try and keep them up so that you feel the movement rather than see and make adjustments with your eyes. What we're going to do is the other side now as well. So I'm going to step forward, remembering that you can be using the kitchen bench or a chair at this point to make sure that you've got the stability on the side there as you go through. Transitioning onto the front foot. And then I'm going to bring it back again under control. Only when I've got control do I then slowly allow myself to move back through rather than just dropping back onto that foot. So it's all about control. Okay, last exercise. What we're going to do here is a combination of raising the foot to the front, to the side, to the back. And it's quite dynamic, so it's going to shift a lot of muscles around and it's going to throw our balance a little bit. So it's a really good tester, and it's also good for strengthening through the hips, through the legs and through the core as well. So again, I would use a bench. Actually, I'll grab a chair, show you what that looks like. Nice and secure. Again, trying to rely less on these things if you can. It's great to have them for security and support to stop me from falling. I really want to try and get these muscles working as hard as possible. So I'm going to try not to use it or use as little as possible. Here's the practice. So the leg comes out to the front, comes back to center. I try not to put it down at this point, and then I take it out to the side. Ugh. Try not to put it down at this point if I can help it. Then the leg goes to the back. And then we repeat again. So out to the front, comes to center. Again, you can use your hands if you want to help counterbalance that leg going out, and to the back, back to center, one more time, through, here we go, out to the front, keep those eyes up, out to the side, last one, and back to center, here we go. Great, other side now, same thing, leg comes out to the front, good posture, back to center, out to the side, back to center, and to the back. 2 more times through, keeping those eyes up, back to center, out to the side, back to center, last one, to the back, back to center, last one through, here we go, to the front, out to the side, and last one to the back, and down. Hey, so that's the end of our practice now. You can do this stuff daily if you'd like to, at least a couple of times a week. It will make a big difference to your ability to balance. Also, it does a whole lot in terms of improving the strength around these muscles that we balance with. So it's kind of a two-pronged attack of not only getting better with our balance, but strengthening our leg muscles too. So have a go at this stuff. Try and extend it as well, so do it for longer. Make it a little bit harder for yourself by relying less on your hands where you can. Just make sure that you're safe when you do that.